This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American Black people.
Man, I just read this tweet that said, "Pop the balloon helps me understand why 3 out of 4 Black women in America are currently unmarried." And I just didn't understand what she was talking about until I saw this.
I pop my balloon because you are very fine down to the ankles. It's a pet peeve of mine when men wear pants that don't cover their ankles.
He said the smile thing, and I'm not much of a smiler.
She's smiling right now.
I know.
But you're very handsome.
I think you're well dressed for yourself, but for me, I like someone that has like more of a baggy fit to their clothes. I like someone that has like an upscale streetwear style.
Unfortunately, that is all of the balloons popped, but we do thank you for coming on.
She goes on to say 27% of Black women are currently married. That's not a generalization. That's a statistical fact. Pop the Balloon illustrates how many young ladies don't want to marry young. They prefer attention and experiences before commitment. And I would say to that men and women are taught you're young, so have fun. And other cultures are taught you are young, so you need to get married. Whether you're talking about East Indian people or whether you're talking about Asian people and all points in between, whether you are young or old, the goal is to become married and have a successful family. For young Black people, I think that, we have a hard time with forcing the issue down either Black men's throats or Black women's throats, and we actually lose the plot when we do that. So Black people, we want to have fun. We want to experience life till its fullest. And because of that, we do not get married. When you have multiple boyfriends and girlfriends, you get turned off from relationships as a whole, and you just figure you need to be single because you don't have the skills and the tools and the finances and the resources and the support to have an actual successful, healthy marriage.
Biggest challenges Black people have for the next 100 years. The number one challenge is the existential crisis of the Black family. The marriage in our culture is down to 34%. When we were growing up, it was 85%. It's now down to 34%. 71% of our sisters are not married. 29% will never get married. 63% of our brothers are not married. 30% of them will never get married. There is no culture in the history of humankind that has risen to maximize their full human potential without family at the center of their culture. This phenomenon of the existential crisis of our family only exists among African American Black people. It does not exist on the continent or anywhere else in the diaspora. So there must be something in the water. Who has the highest household median wealth in America? It's East Indians. $104,000 a year. What's the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%. Two are working. Who's number two?
Also interesting.
Chinese Asians. Household median income, $110,000 a year. Marriage rate close to 70%. Number three are white people. Household median income, $88,000 a year. What's the marriage rate? Almost 50%.
Finishing up, she says, contrary to popular belief, Black American women can be great wives. And I agree with that. And that's the only type of wife that I would personally go for. However, I do see ever since I was a child that there is a specific programming that takes place, not in reference to Black women alone, but in reference to Black men and Black women. The goal is to separate us so that we can't live fulfilling and successful lives because we have been gaslit into thinking that we could do it alone. And although we can do it alone, we've seen our mothers and our fathers do it alone, I think we need to come to a sincere understanding within ourselves is, are we supposed to do it alone? And the reality to that answer is no.